Yes, your boy Brian QLA Rose is on his way in Stagecoach. He's on his way. He's probably about Edinburgh now, and Kim's going to collect him at the train station. What part? The Rolls. Yeah, and the with his entourage that he's bringing. Because he wants somebody to clap for him, I guess. But so we have one business case left, right? Okay. And and then I'll do a couple more questions, and then we're gonna wind up ending early so you can get some rest before we start. And I'm sure that Brian will see you around the estate and try to hunt you down. But I mean, it's all in good fun, as Sally would say. This week, especially in the last 3 or 4 days, that we experienced from not the very inception of the idea, because Rox had the inception. He worked very, very hard for many months. And then when I was presented it and I gave the okay, and we went through the various stages of, and then having a board meeting. The board meeting, technology-wise, we got fucked up a little. But we got, the important thing is, and the bottom line of that is, we got the answer we needed, then the meeting was over. Remember that, kids. She says yes, then you go to the room in the motel, and then the meeting was over, and then we interviewed a potential board member, an additional potential board member, who just by serendipity, I was like his lost cousin, and then we talked to the lawyer and restructured the deal a little, not much, a little. And then the call wasn't part of what you heard. Then Rox and I had a call again with the lawyer, and we told him what we wanted, got the document yesterday, and made a couple more changes, and then got the guy on the phone, and he was, he was prepared. Rox did a great job preparing him. In preparation, and the point of what I'm talking about here the last 2 or 3 minutes, for the next 3 or 4 minutes, is, I tell you, practice. And he had prepared him. He had met with him. He had done all the legwork, and much of it face to face, a lot of it on the phone. And I heard you when I walked by the door. I was going to pop my head in, but I was afraid that Vincent would have another fucking question, so I didn't. And so I hustled by the door where they were in as fast as I could, and then I down the stairs, almost fell down the fucking stairs again. That fucking hurt when I went over that fucking thing. Anyway, and so then we talked to the guy, the seller, and he was obviously still on board, and then he signed a document, which in the final analysis, all the rest is bullshit until you get the signature. Now, as far as I know, and again, I could be wrong, and I'm sure, one of the guys out there that you have paid, we'll just say good money to, may have done this, but as far as I know, that's never been done in a seminar. Never. And I am almost positive it never will. And as I said yesterday, for the very reason that, one, you guys, or the guys that go to the other events, aren't prepared for that because you're not trained for that. You don't have the step-by-step building blocks. And then, so Rox did it, and he did it effectively, and I was able to assist him. And a few of you asked him questions during some of the process. Now, as Weedman said, seeing is believing. I'm saying it more succinctly than you, but seeing is believing. Now, even though I've been beating my chest for 23 years about this, and talking about these guys did it before me, and these guys have done it with me, and I've done it. You've actually seen the process now. You've seen it up close and personal. And some of you took copious notes, but even if you didn't take copious notes, you witnessed it, and that's forever in your memory bank. And that's crucial, critical, and extremely important. And so you can, when you're going through the process, the various steps yourself, you can close your eyes and see it happening, and that the outcome was positive. Now, one of the things I said is, and I was hotter than a firecracker the last couple of days because I was on the money. But I'm always on the money, and it just so happens these guys I knew. I didn't know them, but I knew people that they knew. But I always see a positive outcome. I never even dawns on me that the outcome's not going to be positive. So part of the rhetoric and my bullshit, so to speak, I've said, no, I haven't said it 10,000 times, but goddamn, I know I've said it a few thousand times over the last almost 50 years. So it's locked in. And just as Rox has these things that he plays, which are good, and I asked you to send me those links. I got the other thing, but send me those links, please. That's terrific, because those memorizations aren't showing you negative results. They're only showing you positive results. Just like the famous athletes that see themselves, Jim Elway from when he was 6 years old, saw himself throwing a touchdown pass to win the Super Bowl. What his dreams didn't see is it was going to take him the third Super Bowl to get there. So I'm sure he's telling his kids, if he's got sons, it's the first time you get to the fucking playoffs, not the third time. These kids up here, I've told you the story about Fidel Vargas, went to the state championship, and they said, we're going to get to the state finals this year. But they didn't see in their dreams, in their affirmations, they didn't see themselves winning. Guess what? They lost. Next year, coach being a smart guy, he said, we're going to redo our affirmations. Not only are we going to get to the state championship, we're going to win. Now, what they didn't factor in, and he's smart because he didn't, is that it's very rarely you go back to back, state to state, but they did. You are, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And even though you've been through the program once before you got here, many of the people that you hang with or whatever, chill with or whatever the right word is, are bums still. Not bums in the grand scheme of things, but bums vis-a-vis if you want to really make QLA work till its fullest, so you can be all you can be. Now, again, I don't want you to go back and just be full of piss and vinegar and it to wear out. You're going to get your, and this isn't the close because we've still got stuff to do, but I want to say it while I'm thinking about it. Your monthly report for those that have expired from the weekly report is not dissimilar to the weekly report. And for those of you that haven't been through the seminar in the last year, the monthly report is much different than the old weekly report. But you'll get copies of that. And the Zoom call that you'll have will be once a month. But if you miss a Zoom and you want to make it up, you can make it up with one of the other Zoom calls from the weekly. And but it's really important. And the reason why you don't have weekly, you only have monthly, because in theory, because you should be more squared away because you've been doing this longer. Sometimes I got to kick you in the head anyway, because you go back to default. Vincent asked me before the break, or earlier today, if you're on the weekly report, you just continue the weekly report. When your weekly report ends at the end of the year from when you went to the regular seminar, then you'll go to the monthly report. And for those of you that are on both a weekly Zoom and a monthly Zoom, you'll see that there is a difference. There is a difference because the questions that come up are different. So until you expire, your expires from your monthly Zoom from the weekly report, you'll be on 2 Zooms, which is good. It's just double dose. Although I'm not so sure everybody desires a double dose of Dan. But and one of the things, and I'll talk more about it tonight at the close when I induct Brian QLA Rose, is that the people I said up there are the ones that stayed focused the longest. Because you're all more focused than, with the greatest respect, YouTube, than the YouTubers. But I am tough and I beat on them. And if Klaus were here, of course, Klaus, now the fog of war, with the greatest respect, Dr. Kleinfeld, the fog of war, he maybe doesn't think I was as mean as I was. But one-on-one, he would say that not everybody responds to the Woody Hayes or the Bobby Knight or the Beating You mentorship. And but the truth of the matter is, the best people do respond to the beating. The best people do. The best athletes like being pushed the hardest. So you're right. A lot of people don't respond, but they weren't going to be the best anyway. So, and quite frankly, I'm selfish. I don't give a fuck about them. I know that the people that use this stuff get better anyway. I mean, even if it's a little bit better, but I want you to be a lot better. Greg, they're searching in the company's house for you, right? Okay, well, we can hopefully that'll get back, and we'll discuss that. We have who's going to present for the last B school case? Okay, let's rock and roll.